basically today I wanted to tell you basically how to leverage AI and the different AI systems to actually practice and get feedback and all that stuff, right? I wanted to show you how to actually get the practice done using the AI systems, how to get the feedback, and how to target growth areas within the feedback to actually make the most out of these models. Because you can, trust me, you can do a lot of things with these things. And then also how to actually build a routine to perform daily simulations and keeping track of your progress so that you know how you're getting better, right? But there are 4 models that I use and I have tested myself that work really nicely for this. First one is ChatGPT. Second one is Google AI Studio. Third one is Perplexity. The fourth one is Grok. Each one of those models have different nuances, small differences between each other. So you can actually play around and see what you like the best for you. There are many other models and specialized tools that you can use nowadays to practice. I'm going to show you a few of them. The thing with these ones is that they are more targeted towards sales teams and basically managing sales reps. So these ones are like more expensive, right? Because they're meant for like business owners who want to train and manage their own sales teams, right? The first one is the one that you already know. It's Kendo AI. Basically, the way it works is you create a prospect, right? So this is on Kendo AI, right? So you can do it 2 ways. You can set it up manually, so meaning that you need to introduce the different variables yourself, selecting from a drop-down menus that I can show you now, or you can clone the prospect using a sales code. This is really neat. This is really nice because basically you can upload one of your sales codes with a prospect and this kind of prospects, right? So that you can upload it. So basically what it does is it transcribes the whole thing. And it picks up like the different objections, limiting beliefs, reframing strategies, the way that the prospect handles himself, all this stuff. And then it creates like a unique prospect, an AI prospects that you can use over and over again as much as you want to. This is from the call. So you can upload it from the call. Now, then the other option is this one. So you can actually do it yourself. And I like this one because it's really nice because you can really customize it. Basically, imagine you can use B2C, B2B, right? Let's do one like live now. So B2B. So you give it a name. Let's call this Jimmy. You pick an age, right? You can pick an age, whatever you want. You can pick an old up to 84 years old. So let's make it 40-year-old. Now, you can give it a description. So basically, that's why the way that I did this other document, remember this document that I gave you guys? I built this document with 1,000 different sales scenarios that you can use with the AIs. This is the next best thing that you can do for free, very similar to Kendo AI. I scraped all the different variables that you can use on Kendo AI. So basically, I took like all of these job positions, right? So I built an automation to extract all of these different variables from all of these different things, right? The industry, you can select the job, all this stuff. So I extracted every single variable for all of the fields. And then I made a Python script to build different combinations, up to 1,000 combinations of different offers with different age ranges, with different positions, different sales industries, different offers, and all this stuff. It's basically the same thing that you would do on Kendo AI. Here, once you build it, you can reuse it. That's the cool thing about Kendo AI. Once you build it, for example, I built this one, right? This is Peter Damon, right? So I'm going to show you the configurations for this one. So Peter Damon, this one is a fitness program. And then this one, these are the training objectives. This is really cool. Basically, you can pick different objectives for you to train. So you can use like handle price objections, overcome initial rejection, improve follow-up strategy, negotiate better deals. So basically you can choose one or multiple of these objectives, right? All of these, you see all of these options already implemented on this Excel file. But the cool thing about this is that you can use it on any LLM that you want. Look at the variables. B2B, it's an HR director, right? So if you go to Kendo AI and you go back, they're the same thing. So basically, because the script, what it does is based on all the variables, I told it, make a file with 1,000 unique different combinations of all the variables so that we can train sales reps with completely different offers and scenarios. Like this one, it's an HR director, so it's telling you they are known for being new to their role and eager to impress, and their current priority is that their company values long-term stability and vendor relationships, so that you know what kind of prospects you're getting, right? And then the objection. So this isn't a priority for us this year. Now it's not the right time. Call me next quarter. My team will never adopt a new tool, right? So this is more like as if this was like a very traditional company that are hard to adopt new technologies, right? And basically, this is like the whole prompt put together in one go. The way you test it is that you copy this. Now, you can use this on ChatGPT, on Google AI Studio, on Perplexity, or on Grok. Whatever you want to. I'm in love with Google AI Studio because the thing about these models, man, every model is really good at something. And there are some that are better at some things and there are some that are better at others. One of the best things about AI Studio is that, first of all, you can do like crazy things. Like, for example, you can give it like a huge amount of context and it will never run out of context. And you can get like a huge amount of feedback from everything in one single go, and it doesn't forget because it's on the same chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, this thing, like this is like a chat that I was having today. If you were using ChatGPT, for example, even the latest model, ChatGPT 5, the Pro version, whatever, you would get a limit of 128,000. So this would be the limit. That's it. You wouldn't be able to get further on the conversation. Here you have, I think it's like 25 different voices. This is another huge advantage. Now on ChatGPT, you go to voice, you have like 10 or 8 different voices. Some people don't think this is too much of an advantage, but to me it is, because if you want to get better with interactions, you want to get used to different voices. This is gonna extract the transcript from the call, right? You can ask it as many questions as you want about your performance, and you can actually get like a really specific set of instructions on how to improve every single area and stage inside your sales call, and maybe things that you could have improved, right? Now, another tool that I recommend you for this is this call evaluation tool. This is a free tool too. The way it works is you basically go analyze, evaluate calls, you pick one of these calls, right? And then basically this is gonna give you like a set of different criteria so that you can improve. And I will show you, this is gonna upload. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's gonna give you like a different set of information about how to improve. Let me show you an example from Johnny Mao, because I tested this with Johnny Mao's calls. This is like a very specialized sales evaluation tool. Here, it gives you like a summary, like your overall performance, right? And then it gives you specific details about the kind of personal connection that you established with the prospect, the empathy, the amount of empathy that you demonstrated on the call, with the specific sentences and phrases that you used. This is really cool. Okay, a lot of people don't know about this, man, because it's basically like a specialized tool that uses like probably some kind of LLM, some kind of AI model like ChatGPT or whatever, but it's basically trained with specific set of instructions. And then this is like about effective communication, right? The clarity of the message, how your active listening skills were demonstrated. So for example, like this one, Adam demonstrated strong active listening skills throughout the call. Adam asked clarifying that showed an understanding of the recipient's needs and concerns. The engagement helped in addressing objections effectively and tailoring the conversation to the recipient's specific situation. Adam's ability to reflect on the recipient's statements indicated high level of attentiveness and responsiveness. ChatGPT could tell you sort of something similar to this, but you need to be really specific about getting highlights, because you want to know where. It depends on the kind of evaluation that you choose. Because, for example, this one is just evaluating like building report, effective communication, outcome achievement, right? But if you want to actually get like specific advice on which expressions or sentences you should have used, then you probably are better off using an LLM like ChatGPT, because it's more interactive. You can actually add like more custom instructions on the feedback. I would just go and take like a quick peek on like the different things. Like, okay, so it's got like summary, performance. It's got like the performance breakdown is divided into building report and trust, effective communication, starter kits, sales. What would you like to do? So you want to know, okay, so I want to do sales. You want to identify the pain points, generate outreach hooks, extract ideal customer language, priority accounts by sentiment or need. So you can do prospecting. This is for prospecting specifically. This is for qualification, right? Identify objection trends, identify common qualification gaps, and then objection handling. But every single template will give you different things that you can use to get more feedback about your own performance. So like, for example, trust build or closing. Look at this, closing. Win-loss analysis. Optimize pricing objections, summarize key decision criteria, score late-stage deal risk, identify language that indicates buying intent. I think this is a really interesting one. So like if you do this, you can here you upload the sales call, and then it will give you like a specific feedback, but specifically for this, identifying buying intent. If you want like deeper specific things that you want to analyze, then you use one of these templates. If you want to analyze, you will give you different options. So let's see. Evaluate calls. Here it gives you. You can save my criteria template. So high performing sales calls, compliance monitoring, or quality assurance. So these are like templates that you can save. This one, look, this is giving you like kind of like a preview. If you want to do Kendo AI, you can use it. Just give it a go. If you like it, just keep using it. If not, if you think it's too expensive or whatever, then try my prompts, which is basically whatever Kendo AI, but it's like more manual work because you have to copy this. Go into, let's say, ChatGPT. It's gonna give you like a little introduction or whatever, and then you jump into the voice mode. Like let's test it out. Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. How can I help you today?
Hey, so did you read my prompt, my instructions to do some role playing with you right now?
Yes, absolutely. I'm all set for the role-playing scenario. I'm here as the IT director, and I'm ready to chat about the Momentum Leap service. Just let me know how you'd like to proceed.
Okay, so you can start. I mean, imagine this is like an actual real sales call, and you're going to be the prospect. I will be the salesperson. Okay, so you start. Go ahead.
All right, sounds good. Hello again. So appreciate you reaching out. But I have to say, cybersecurity isn't really a top priority for us this year. We've got other operational bottlenecks that we're focusing on.
Okay, but can you tell me exactly why you think this is not a priority for you right now? Because I really want to get like a big picture understanding of how your whole organization works at the moment to kind of give you like the best kind of feedback at the moment.
I appreciate that. The main reason is that we're currently dealing with some urgent operational bottlenecks in our supply chain, and our budget's pretty tight. We're also confident in our existing cybersecurity measures, so it's not something we're looking to change right now.
Okay, so exactly what kind of cybersecurity risks are you facing or have you faced over the past couple of years so that I get a better understanding of how this works?
Sure. So we've had a few minor incidents, nothing too major, mostly phishing attempts and some outdated software vulnerabilities that we managed to handle. We do have a solid internal team that keeps everything in check, and we haven't had any major breaches, so that's why it's not top of mind right now.
Okay, and can you, if you don't mind sharing, so how much money did you guys lose because of these incidents, or how much money could you potentially lose because of the insurance mechanisms that you have arranged for these scenarios?
Well, fortunately, the financial impact has been relatively low. We're talking a few $1,000s in remediation costs, and our insurance has covered a lot of that. But the main concern is really the potential for future risks, and that's why we keep our internal team on their toes.
Now, let me tell you this. If you were to actually implement this system onto your pipeline, and I can guarantee that your risks would decrease by 90% of your current risks, how do you think this would impact your day-to-day operations?
Well, a 90% reduction in risks definitely sounds appealing. It would certainly give us more peace of mind and probably reduce our insurance premiums even further. It would also free up our internal team to focus on other strategic initiatives. So there's definitely some value there.
Okay, so basically, I'm just going to stop here, but you get the point. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you can do this all day, man. You can do this all fucking day, all night long, man. And man, it's like $20. You pay $20 a month, man. You pay $20 fucking dollars a month, man. You just feed the whole conversation to the other tool, and you're golden, man. You're golden. You get everything. You get all the feedback and everything. This one with Hume AI, you can train a model with your tonality and everything. You just upload an audio of yourself, like 5 minutes talking about, just upload a sales call from yourself, and then you will get an agent with your own voice, and you can practice with yourself. It's crazy. It's insane, man. But this one is the most, look at this one. Miles, let me speak to Miles. Hey, what's going on, Miles? How you doing?
Not bad. Just existing, you know?
Hey,
Kind
listen,
of wild.
I got a buddy here. I'm trying to teach him some sales. I'm trying to give him some mentoring on how to improve his performance on sales calls in English. Do you mind if we do a little role play so that you can be the prospect and I can be the salesperson?
Gotcha. So you've got a student and want me to be difficult?
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean,
good.
just throw out some objections, make it a little bit hard for me, and then I'll try to overcome those objections, okay? So let's assume that I'm trying to sell you a mortgage for a house. So this is like a real estate agency.
All right, a mortgage. Okay, cool. Lay it on me.
All right, Miles.
Skeptical.
Hey, Miles, how you doing, man? Thanks for filling up the form on our website. So I can see that you were interested in acquiring a mortgage to buy a property in Long Island for 1.2 million. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Long Island. Look, to be honest, I'm a little skeptical. 1.2 million is a lot of money. And honestly, I'm just worried about the rates. Everything I'm seeing is
Sure. Listen,
just
let me stop you right there. So because I think you were just jumping onto the gun too fast here. So let me just get to know your situation at the moment, because I really don't know exactly where you're at right now. So to really give you the best piece of advice at the moment, I really need to understand what's going on right now in your life. So can you just expand a little bit more about where you're at right now? Like, are you married? Do you have kids? What kind of career? What are you doing now? What do you make for a living?
Whoa, hold on. That's a lot really quickly. Look, I get you're trying to build rapport, but that feels a little intrusive.
I
We
mean,
just met.
Miles, listen, I'm just going to be straight up here. I mean, I'm a salesperson, you're a prospect, so I'm just trying to really understand, where you're at in your life right now, because to really know if this kind of investment is worth it for you or if it's like a waste of time. So both for you and for myself. So can you just give me a little tips, little pieces of information so that I can put together the puzzle?
Okay, look, I appreciate the directness, but even still, it feels kind of pushy. Like you're trying to get way too much info, way too fast. It's a mortgage, not a life audit, you know?
Okay, so listen, about the more, man, this is harder than I thought. See what I'm saying? Because I don't know why they train this guy. You see, this is so hard, because listen, in real life, it's not the hard. I'm telling you. It's not hard. I mean, you really need to get like someone who is really, really close-minded. You know what I mean? Miles, so listen, I mean, just throw me a rope. I mean, I really need to understand what's going on so that I can see if we can work around with the pricing and with the different investment options for you.
Oh, whoa, slow down. You're getting intense. And now you're talking about real life and love.
But, okay,
That's,
Miles, listen. Let's cut this for a second, okay? Let's just get back to the regular conversation. I think you're being way too hard on me, man. Why are you so? I mean, I asked you to be a little difficult, but you're literally making it like completely impossible for me to convince you. Can you just drop it down a notch a little bit?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Maybe I got a little carried away with the difficult part. Sorry about that. It's kind of like
Okay, you see
I got
this?
into, yeah, I do. I got ahead of myself trying to be a challenging prospect and just came off as
All right.
reasonable.
All right, let's get back to
Apologies.
it. No worries, man. No sweat, man. Let's get back to it. So, listen, can you just explain a little bit more about your current situation? Are you having, is this home for yourself? Are you sharing this investment with your wife, or what's going on?
Okay, all right, let's try this again. I'm single, rent right now in the city. And frankly, the idea of being tied down to a $1.2 million mortgage scares me a little. It just feels like a huge commitment, What if things change? What if I lose my job?
Okay, I mean, I totally see that. But the thing is, how old are you right now, Miles?
How does that matter?
I mean, I'm just trying to get a picture of your life so that I can tell you like the different advantages and disadvantages of getting a mortgage at your age, because there's different scenarios that could play around depending on your age. So I just want to understand.
Okay, that makes a little more sense, I guess.
Okay.
Still feels kind of personal, but I get you're trying to tailor things. All right, 38.
Okay, you're 38.
Like I said,
That's good. Okay, 38, it's never too late to, if you actually, first of all, I mean, if it's not too personal, I just want to understand, why did you find that this is a right moment to even consider getting into a mortgage? Is this, has something happened in your life recently that made you make this jump?
It's a good question. Honestly, I'm tired of throwing money away on rent. It just feels like it's not building anything, you know? Like I'm just giving someone else equity. And Long Island, well, I grew up there. My family's still there. It'd be nice to be closer to them again. But again, the money, it's a big hurdle.
Okay, listen, there's a couple of things that you brought up there that are really interesting that I think I can throw you some information about. The first thing is equity, building equity, because from what I understand, it's something important for you to actually, build up some kind of property for yourself, something that you can rely on and something that you can hold on to when you are older and you are retired. Because as you know, I mean, if you keep renting for the rest of your life, basically you're not gonna get any equity at all. So, you don't want to look back when you're 65 and thinking, oh man, I should have done this when I was 38. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And the other thing is being close to your family. Being close. I mean, to me, family is the first thing. I don't know about you, but I actually like to keep my friends close and my family even closer, because to me, like, they're the reason that I actually wake up every day to do whatever I do, to keep bringing money to the table and trying to achieve the biggest progress that I can ever get for myself.
Yeah, I get that. Family is important. And you're right about the equity thing. It's just a scary leap, a big financial commitment. It feels different than just like saving money in the bank.
Sure. Listen, the thing about saving money in the bank, to me, it's like when you're on the desert, man, and you see a little, puddle of water. It's not real. It's something that you think it's going to be there forever. But if you actually want to have something of yourself, you just gotta go and do it, because basically the only reason money exists is to do the things that you want to do in your life. So if right now you think it's like the turning point for you in your life to make this kind of decision, I just say, just follow your heart, man, and just do whatever is best for you, your wife, your family, and your priorities. Because, the worst thing that can happen, I'm telling you, because I've seen this happen over and over again. And listen, I had so many calls with other clients that wanted to do this, not for this area, but for other areas in the city. And they called me back like 10 years later, man, prices are over the roof right now. They increased like 20, 35, 40%. And now, I'm stuck. I need to put up my life savings onto this. I should have done this 10 years before. So if you feel like this is the right thing for you right now, I would really consider it, not only for what you're feeling now, but for you could be feeling 10 years from now.
Okay. You're laying it on thick, huh? That's a pretty good fear of missing out angle. It's kind of working, not gonna lie. But still, the numbers, 1.2 million, that's still a lot.
I'm just gonna drop it here because I don't want to spend all day.